This week we read the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and so now we're going to do a little caterpillar drawing. So the very first step is you're going to need to get a white piece of paper and a pencil to draw with. Make sure that you have an eraser just in case you make any mistakes. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a hump that kind of looks like the letter N, but it's going to have some like little curves on the outside. So watch how I draw it. I'm going to do down, a big hump all the way up, and down, and then up, just like that. Okay? So then I am going to draw some lines on that hump just to mark out the different pieces of the caterpillar. So I'm going to do a line here, and then I'll move like about a finger space and do another line and another line. These lines should be straight, but they can be tilted in different directions. Another one here, one at the very top, over here, there, and then down here. So just a couple of lines all the way across that squiggly line that we just drew. Now we're going to do the top part of the caterpillar, and so now all we have to do is connect each of the lines to each other. So here I'm going to do a little curved line, that'll be the tail. And then here I'm going to do a little bump to connect those lines, just like when we're jumping on the number line. That kind of is what it looks like to me. And another one to connect those. And just keep going, connecting each of those lines. And continue. And again. And again. And then just a little one over here. So that is what the top of our caterpillar, his body, is going to look like. We're going to do the same thing now at the bottom. So at the bottom, you are going to go from the very tip of the tail onto that first line. And then the rest of them will just be little humps, just like you're jumping on the number line. And I'm just connecting each of them, and each time I'm going to pick up my pencil to make sure that I'm not going too fast. Okay, so this is basically what it should look like at this point. If you have a good eraser and you want to erase the middle line, that very first line that we drew, you can, because right now it's kind of splitting our caterpillar in half and we don't need it. So you can erase it, or when you go back to color it, just color darker over it so that you can't really see it anymore. For the sake of time, I'm not going to erase it, but if you would like to erase it, it's just this line right here. You're just going to erase the different parts. So then we're going to do the head, and the head is just going to be a nice little circle. A little circle just like that. That'll be the head. Okay? All right, so now we're going to start adding detail to it because we've got the shape of the body, and so now it just needs some detail. So I'm going to add a face to my caterpillar. So I'm going to do 2 circles for the eyes, and I can do little circles inside of them to be the pupils, the inside of your eye, like that. And I can give him a nice little smile. I also should add some antennas. So I'm going to add one antenna right there going one way, and the other antenna is going to look just the same but going a different way, just like that. So I've done the face and the antennas just to add some detail to it. And then I'm going to do little legs, one leg on the bottom of each of these humps that we just drew. So here's a leg, and then another one here, and a leg right here. If you want your caterpillar to have more legs than this, that's totally fine too. This is just what my caterpillar is going to look like. So that is what my caterpillar looks like now. And like I said before, if you want to erase this line that goes through the middle of him, you can do that just to make him look a little bit better. So in the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, the caterpillar has kind of a green and blue body, and then his head is red. So when you're coloring him, you can follow that, or you can make him look different. So you can make this caterpillar any colors that you want, but if you want him to look like the caterpillar in the book, it's going to be green and blue, and then the head is red. Okay? Or if you want to be even more creative with this, and you want to show what the caterpillar ate, you could draw different foods on the inside of his body. Like maybe he ate ice cream, and so he'll have ice cream here, or strawberries. So you can add different foods to the inside of his body. So that is all for how to draw it. I hope that you guys enjoy drawing the hungry caterpillar, and I hope that you guys get really creative with coloring him and decorating him, and I can't wait to see what you guys make.